Good morning. It's Saturday, October 12th, and I am way behind. I wanted to do these videos every week, but honestly, that was never very realistic, and I figured it probably wouldn't work out that way. But it's fine, because these are really just to motivate me, and if no one ever watches them, that's fine, so there's nobody to disappoint, I guess. That is a great reason to not do stuff. So all the stuff I was talking about last time has arrived. The PreSonus Fire Studio project, FireWire interface, the soldering iron and accessories, and all 3 albums that I ordered. One of which is here, Skylarkin's Motto. Really enjoying this album a lot. So far, the song Motto, Carve It Out, Loom, and Overgrown. Those are my favorites so far, but we'll see. Overgrown, the Dream Track remix that's available on YouTube, download for free. Really awesome. I highly recommend it. And I will link that in the comments. As far as the other albums, Church's Bones of What You Believe In, first 2 songs, skip those. They've got F-bombs in the verses. Not worth it. But the rest of the album totally is. So even though you skip those 2 songs, and unfortunately they aren't really good apart from that, so it's a bummer, but it's still a fantastic album apart from those 2 songs. So I always feel like people front load their albums and then put the good stuff at the beginning and then they trail off at the end. This does not do that. Pacing maybe a little bit, but not in quality, and so I can still recommend the album. Just skip the first 2 songs and you're good. Liking a variety of stuff off that one. The Eternal Summers album, Correct Behavior, that's about half really good stuff and half so it takes a little wading through the stuff to find what you like. But yeah, still enjoying that one as well, and it's nice summery music for a time of year which is very not summery, so it's kind of nice. So I've been working with the Fire Studio project, FireWire interface, and I get mixed results. The unit works really well. The problem is when I'm trying to use it with the software that I wanted. I've been using a free version of Sonar, LE, for a long time. It came bundled with some hardware that I got, so I decided to pay for a slightly better version that would work with 64-bit. So I got that, but now I'm having these weird lag issues, like really bad, where it's throwing all kinds of gunk into the sound, and it's not even just on playback, it's actually recording this junk into the tracks. And I don't understand what the deal is there. I can't, obviously something isn't communicating correctly, but I haven't figured it out yet. So in the meantime, the Studio One software that came with it, I've been using that. It's not the same. You know, there's some things it doesn't. I'm still trying to figure out how it does certain things, and the interface is kind of clunky. You know, all the buttons are at the bottom, so you're in huge danger of clicking outside of the program on accident. And I don't know. I'm twitchy, so that's a problem for me. So I'm gonna interject here a segment where I use my webcam, which I got recently, which has actually widescreen video, so it'll be higher quality than this, but it'll look a little different. And I use that to talk about my sort of flame logo that I use, and where that came from and how it's changed. Okay, so the sad and sordid history of the Match logo is as follows. One of the first recordings I did was a set of 4 or 5 songs from my dad, just for fun, for a birthday maybe or something. And so I had to put something on the CD cover, and I decided that I wanted to kind of represent what I was doing, where I was recording all this music by myself. So I made up this logo, which you have here, that kind of represented all of that. And didn't think anything of it, just tucked it away for later. And then at that point I was using the name Heat Seeker as my artist name for all my stuff while labeling everything. Figuring I would change it later because I figured that was taken already, but I didn't really look into it. I didn't care, it wasn't a big deal. Then later down the road I decided to upgrade that logo. Unfortunately I did that right before I decided to change my name, so I came up with this thing, which I actually really like, but then I realized that Heatseeker was actually taken by a band I did not want to be associated with, and so I had to change my mind on that. So kind of a bummer, because I did like that logo, but I had a bunch of different names I was going to use, and ended up eventually settling on Stonewick. And so for album 3, for album 2 I didn't use any of those designs. Album 3 was the one where I officially started using Stonewick, and so I came up with a logo that combined that word with the idea of a match being lit. And I came back and thought of that flame again, and thought, well, how can I update that? And I thought that the 3-prong was the essential element of it, so I stuck it into this sort of square logo that I had going, and just liked that idea, the combination of the match, so much that it actually gave me the idea for the title of the album, and ended up keeping it. And so then I just kind of broke it off from the word so I could use it independently in this more current version of it. So we'll see where it goes from there. So despite the software issues with the hardware and whatnot, I have been recording some little snippets just to get things rolling and actually start working lyrics into stuff. So here's a little snippet of something I was working on today. There you go. As you can see, that's just a demo track. I changed the strings on my guitar since then, so it's a lot less muddy. Just something to get me going. You know, it doesn't have to be fancy. Well, that's all I wanted to cover today. Hopefully, I'll actually have a video up next week as well, because I don't have to work next Saturday or the one afterwards. So it should be on a little bit better schedule. We'll see how that goes. I had a cold this week, and stuff happens. So see you next time.